I'm so scared and sad.
Of what?
Just...
everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Hello? Welcome? Wait, what? And welcome or just welcome?
Yes, girl!
I know it sounded weird. Okay, hold on. Hello? And welcome to Did You Mean to Say That? The podcast where we did not mean to say that. I'm your co-host, Bobby.
And I'm your co-host, Erin.
I'm back.
We're back!
Better than ever.
In a way. No,
I loved the episode.
Oh, Shayla, we love you so much.
Shayla,
you are welcome back anytime.
I just felt a deep connection to her. I've never met her, mind you.
Virgo.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
100% Virgo.
The tattoo part really spoke to my soul.
When she said, I have a big heart.
I was like, and now you have a big tattoo too.
It's really cute and small. It's adorable.
Oh, she have more. Okay.
That was so unrelated. That's a piece, and then she had a little thing right here.
Okay. Well, normalize getting tattoos with your situationship.
No, literally, the way that I will get a matching tattoo with actually anyone,
yeah.
I thought about it several times.
Well, let me know.
I just got so inspired by her.
So did I.
The way that she treats men is exactly who I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because she loves them
mm-hmm.
dearly.
Yeah.
And she'll have multiple hoes at a time, but she'll also just let herself get swept up in a little 3-month relationship and be like, that's my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And that, so after we filmed, I was like, I should just lean into that. I shouldn't worry about what I should or shouldn't be doing. I should just have a 3-month relationship if I want, or someone wants that. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, and I think you should. I can't have a 3-month relationship because I will. I dated Ken for 4 months and it took me 2 years to get over it. So we're working on that.
Well, let me be clear. I'm not over anyone. I've never gotten over a person in my life.
Yeah.
They are all still living in the depths of my soul.
Yeah.
All of them, especially the ones who said no.
Especially the ones who said no.
That's what I'm scared of.
Yeah, in terms of my exes, I'm over most of them in the sense that I'm not I would never circle it back. But I can't promise you that if Ken showed up out of the woodwork, I wouldn't go for it. Isn't that crazy?
Psychotic.
Wait, but I would.
And
call me. Email me.
I am a cat. Truly. The way that my curiosity will kill me, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Will kill me. But, I can't not know. If the option is there, I'm
in what way?
Any way. Anyone wants to do anything, I'm sure, I'll see what that's about.
Oh, okay.
I'm just so... I'm telling you, if any of my exes spun the block right now, I would be fuck it. Except for the one.
Well, I have, mind you, 4 exes, and 2 of them are 10 years ago plus.
Me too.
And 2 of them spin the block often, and I'm not interested.
That's true. Although.
But the one who said no.
Yeah, exactly. It's a disease.
I don't think I actually would. I don't know. It depends.
And when I say spin the block, I just mean there's certain exes of mine that I never. This is crazy. There's certain exes of mine that I never fucked that I am so curious now that we're older. What would that be like? Because we did shit, but
yeah.
My high school ex, we fucked years later, and it was incredible. And so then it just made me curious about all of them. And even the ones I did fuck, I'm well, what are you like now? What have you learned? What can you show me?
Yeah.
The only ex of mine I would not fuck is my most recent ex.
Oh, okay, word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not physically attracted to some of my exes.
I'm not physically attracted to any of them. Although one of them just got a fucking haircut that spoke volumes.
Who? Okay, yeah.
He had hair down to literally here.
Right.
And he has great hair, and I loved that for him, but I wasn't into it at all.
Mm-hmm.
He just got the sexiest haircut you could ever fucking imagine, and he has a mustache and covered in tattoo. Just call me, baby.
Yeah, Ken, email me, Venmo me. I'm just kidding. Please don't. But don't. I am curious about him, just
it's the curiosity.
Well, I just hope he's okay.
He's fine.
You
He's
think
probably,
so?
I think he's fine.
He's probably fine.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it, but I would like to know.
I wouldn't even think about it. I would, though.
I don't think about it often. I'm preoccupied with other things.
Facts.
But
we'll get more into that later.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the light topics and then flow into the heavy topics.
Okay, great.
Because I am...
Got a heavy flow and a wide set vagina.
She's not British.
Oh. In my mind, she is.
The Oscars. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I only have two things to say. One,
Fuck Amelia Perez.
Yeah. The opening performance literally is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. I didn't realize that she was singing a song from Wiz.
Oh my god.
Which is just so beautiful because Ari opened the show with Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which is so iconic. Cynthia sang the song Home from the Wiz, and then they did Defying Gravity. Cynthia mostly did it, but in tears.
Stuff. It was so good, and the dresses were just...
And then the other thing I have to say is once Ari lost her nomination, I did tune out.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't seen literally any of the other movies.
Yeah, I actually haven't either. I've heard a lot of critiques about all of them. Mm-hmm. And I'm really upset that Timothée Chalamet didn't win anything for anything.
Yeah.
And I don't think Dune 2 won a lot, which is interesting. I do know Wicked won, like, costume.
Yeah. And that was a great speech.
And that was the first black costume designer to ever win that award, which is incredible.
Yes.
And weird. So yeah, that was cool, I guess. I never saw Anora. I actually never saw a single film. That was...
Neither.
I did see A Complete Unknown.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
that was good.
I think that's literally it. I want to see Anora. Oh, speaking of great movies.
Yeah.
It's time to reveal to you.
Oh.
So Shayla told me to watch Someone Great.
Yes.
We sit down for a back-to-back movie marathon, and we watch an hour and a half YouTube video in between. We're just like rotting for 6 hours straight. That's insane. And we put on Someone Great, and we are both so deeply uncomfortable the entire time. Like, we are both just like, this movie is horrible. Like, I can't believe so
horrible.
Much. Yes,
no, it is so
fucking hated it.
Okay, well that's fine. It is so good and so sad.
Oh, I cried.
It is so
like,
sad.
We're like 3/4 of the way in. We're talking about how bad it is. And I said, that being said, I'm getting ready to sob in a way that is scary. Like,
did you know that movie inspired Taylor Swift to write the song Death by a Thousand Cuts? In an interview, she said, oh yeah, this song was based off of a movie I saw called Someone Great. The writer of the movie said, wait, that movie was based on a Taylor Swift song. I forget which song. I'll have to look that up. But like Taylor didn't know that and wrote a song based on the movie, but the movie was based on one of her songs already. And that movie is how Lizzo became famous. Because Why Man Great was in that movie and then it popped off.
You're lying.
Nope. There's a lot of lore.
I will say it was done in 2019. Which, if I had seen it in 2019 or 2020, I probably would have liked it way more. It was very of the times.
Oh, was it?
It was very cringe to watch in the year 2025.
I've only watched it twice. It wrecks me.
The main character was just, like, so
unbearable
to me that I, like, couldn't. And the pace was weird. The tone was weird. It was very interesting. But it was cool, and I liked some of the people, and again did cry because
it's sad.
It's really sad. Like, it really is just like when she has the dream that he comes to her at their spot. I knew it was a dream, but like, because I just knew, I could tell by the tone of the movie that they were not getting back together, and that was not going to be the end. And I literally said to Mackenzie at one point, like, if they get back together, I'm going to be pissed. Why would anyone tell me to watch this?
Right.
But the way, like, the things that he was saying to her, which is everything you want them to say, like, really wrecked me. Like, I was like, damn, like, I'm not sure what I would have said if he had said any of that. Probably I would still, it would have made it harder because I needed to still do it. But, like, hearing that would have probably healed something in me.
Yeah.
And that sucked.
Yeah.
After we watched that, I put on this little film called Malcolm and Marie.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh my fucking God. Mackenzie fucking hated it. I was moved beyond measures by it.
Malcolm and Marie?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a 3-hour long argument between Zendaya and David Washington Jr. John David Washington, who's not a junior because he has a different name.
Like the movie is a whole argument?
It is like an entire night of this couple fighting.
Been there.
In the craziest way, and it's in black and white, and it is shot so beautifully, and like...
I'm very interested.
Yeah.
I don't think I should watch it yet. I need a moment.
It is nothing like any argument you've ever had in your entire existence.
Okay.
The reason it moved me so deeply is because, like, what they have is so fucked up, and I need it so badly. No, like, the way that they're able to literally, like, damn near murder each other with the things that they're saying to one another, and then flip right around and lift each other up in the ways that no one's ever told me they love me, like the way that these people love each other. And like, it's because of how deeply they see one another, and I've never experienced anything close to that. I don't know if anyone has. It's a fake film,
right?
But like, just to be known on that level that someone could even do that is like such a dream of mine. And it was so hauntingly beautiful and so fucked up. It was crazy, and it like changed me.
Can't believe I haven't heard of it.
It came out like during COVID, and people were like loving it. Phil's cousin like told us we should watch it together, and he thinks that like all couples should like watch it together and like talk about it.
Interesting.
But like, I'm glad we didn't, because I wouldn't have wanted to hear what he had to say about that, because you could never see me the way that man sees her, and vice versa.
Yeah.
It's wild. And she just does, they just did, it was like an acting fucking masterclass.
Cool.
It's incredible.
I'll watch it. I'm interested.
The soundtrack is unreal. It's just an incredible film.
That's a very cool concept for a movie.
Very artistic, like very noir, like very, it was, yeah.
Cool. Katy Perry's going to space. Like, that could have gone anywhere, like our next topic. And I was like, I need to talk about Katy Perry going to space.
Girl, why?
Cool, fly high.
Fly high, sister, like.
Okay, I asked John this on our thing. Would you go to space? Fuck
no, and you know that.
Right.
I would.
You would
never.
Freak out about every aspect of it.
I would freak out. I barely even want to be on an airplane.
I can't decide if I would want to. I would want to see it, but like the whole process of it, like I would throw up and pass out. It'd be so scary.
Yeah, you have to go through like the most rigorous training you could even fathom.
Well, okay, well, never mind. I can't do that.
It's not easy to be up there.
Well, then how is Catherine doing it?
I have literally no idea.
And she's going with like Jeff Bezos' wife and mistress.
Of course she is. Like, something. I just don't even know. She's so weird.
I am on like Reddit often, and like I'm not on the Katy Perry Reddit, but it will show up sometime. And one yesterday said, "What can we do to save Katy's career?" and shit like that. And I'm like, you guys, it's not up to you. She's got to save it herself.
I wish it was, because I love her, but like she still has a career. Like sometimes you have to move on. Like you can't be a pop singer forever.
Yeah.
Like she's on The Voice or American Idol. Like that's part of her career now, and like that's a great transition for a pop star to go into. Like slay, Katy. I don't know why she's going to space.
I mean,
like,
it's probably like a very like...
It's not going to make us stream your album, girl.
No, but like it's probably not about that. It's probably just like a beautiful experience to like see Earth from above.
Didn't Pete Davidson go to space or some shit?
He was like supposed to, and then I think he like went to rehab instead. Does anyone
actually even go? Like, do any celebrity... Because, mind you, meanwhile, like there are 2 people stuck up there right now to this day.
What do you mean stuck?
The people that are like literally stuck in space, they like can't get them down.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
Like pretty sure they're still there. They were up there for like 55 days or something at last time I checked, and they weren't supposed to be anymore.
Well, see, that's troublesome.
So that's why I don't think we're into the territory yet of like celebrities and normal people should just like
go.
It's not like flying to Florida, girl. It's space.
Not many things are like flying to Florida, but
nothing quite is.
Well, I mean, good for her, I guess. I don't care. It was just so crazy.
It's
just
funny.
Random. Like Katy Perry is going to space. Like,
it's so funny.
Good.
You want to talk about the tweets next? I can talk about the tweets next.
I was just gonna say, like, I have seen some of his tweets, and
so last week when Shayla was here, we did talk about some of my ex's tweets.
Yes, you did already talk about it.
Only since gotten worse, though.
Yeah, I saw one. I just saw your story from like earlier.
Yeah, I know I should stop looking because it's getting like.
Yeah, you're doing so well.
Not good. However, I'm like in the era now where it's almost like helping me when I read them. Like it is helping me detach so well, and
that
like,
makes sense.
Giving me the ick so badly, and just like making me come to so many realizations. And like everyone keeps saying to me, like, do you think on some level he's just like lying and just like tweeting this to get at you? And I'm just like, no. I don't think he's lying, but I know he knows that I'm looking and it's for me.
Well, they started propelling as soon as you acknowledged
exactly
them.
I know that as a man, like what I did to him crushed his ego. Like I did not have sex with him for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And men lack depth, they lack the range, they lack multitudes, they don't have anything going on up there. So to him, that's like now
personal,
he's self-conscious.
Yeah.
It's about him. It's bruising his ego. It's she doesn't want me, and like he sought it other places, whatever. And now that he's like free to discuss the attention that he's getting that he wasn't getting from me, it's kind of like a haha bitch, you didn't want me, well guess who does. And like I get that, have that, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
but like,
and it's just I mean there's a lot that goes into those tweets because like first of all, it's very disrespectful to you. Second of all, it's very tacky in general to be tweeting really about tacky. All that.
Luckily, he doesn't have that many followers. So, like, he has always... And I'm the same... Like, I use my Twitter like a diary. I just don't have, like, an ego. Like, I don't, like... Also, like, I also know as a woman, like, I get so much attention for being a woman. And I'm fucking beautiful, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, I've always gotten it. And I know that men don't get as quite as much as I do, especially on, like, social media.
Right.
So, like, it's just clear that you're not getting it because you're tweeting about it every single time that you get it. If I tweeted every single time that I got a crumb of attention, I'd have more tweets than I can even have right now, which is an absurd amount.
Right.
So, it's just, like...
Yeah, it is very...
It's sad.
I mean, I think there's a lot to be said. Like, he knows that you're seeing them.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone that follows your close friends is reporting back to him?
No.
Okay.
My close friends is all girls. There's one straight guy on there, and he doesn't know him at all. Cool. So... I mean, if you are, you're fucking literally
yeah, I was just
so
curious,
weird.
like, what the spread there was. But
the only person that I, like, wanted to be on there, but I didn't put on there, was his best friend's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then she replied to my story when I was like, who wants to be in my close friends? I was talking about my ex on Maine. And she was like, me and him broke up, like, and yeah, I want to see it. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me. And so we had a little kiki about that.
Nice. Thank God they broke up, I guess.
Yeah, it's truly like every time I see one of the tweets, the shackles are unchained. Let's
I don't think I'd be able to stop looking. Luckily,
I'm completely unable to stop looking.
Literally every single guy I've dated has no social media presence except Michael, who only tweets about politics. So
that's hilarious and so hot.
Do you think he watches the podcast?
No, I know he doesn't. He didn't even watch it when we were together. He couldn't even support me because it's just like not for him.
Yeah, that sucks. But you, like, really don't think he's, like, tuned in to see anything you would say?
I know that he's so crazy. We were fighting, like, on Valentine's Day or, like, whenever the fuck I crashed out. And
It was Valentine's Day, yes.
Brought something. Well, it carried on for, like, a few days. But he literally said something about, like, how was, like, your date? Like, just go do that type, like, spiteful shit. And I was like, my date? And he was like, yeah, you mentioned something about a date on your podcast. And I was like, I've mentioned so
he definitely
way
didn't
more
watch.
than a date.
Yeah.
So it was like eating me alive. I texted him later and I was like, did someone like relay that back to you or did you watch it yourself? And he was like, I watched it. And I was just like, I'm just trying to figure out what you saw because I've talked about boyfriends, making out, fucking, dating, loving, breaking up. I'm just like, one date? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like, there's no way he watched an entire
so,
episode.
Yeah, and he
then.
said, like, I didn't watch the whole episode, so I don't know. And I still was like,
thanks for the
what
support.
is he talking about? You fucking bitch. Oh, my God. Head is better when it's not asked for. That was crazy.
That's a wild tweet.
Yeah, and then there was
again, very disrespectful.
Love waking up to as if I didn't suck your fucking dick without you asking me also.
Literally and metaphorically.
Literally all I did was suck your fucking dick, literally and metaphorically, until I stopped, obviously. Love waking up to money text, the horny text, cool too, LOL.
So rich, so wanted. Sorry, I don't want to be too mean.
I don't give a fuck. It's so Jover for him. Like, that's my ex-boyfriend. Aww. When I read the horny tweet, I was on the phone with Mackenzie and Taylor, and I was already freaking out about the situation I'm about to tell you about. Mm-hmm. Taylor had just had someone end things with her as well. We were on the phone, like, freaking out. Like, I was down so bad. It was, like, terrible. And I read that tweet and I was PMSing on a level I think I told you that was like genuinely concerning. Like, if that happens again, I'm gonna have to get on medication or something. Like,
damn.
And it was so, like, the second I started bleeding, life was worth living again. I got manic. Like, it was fucking scary. I like wanted to kill myself. Like, and I wouldn't, but like it was like, and I just had to keep telling myself, like, you're PMSing. You're PMSing. You love people. You don't want to cut them off. You don't want to kill yourself. You don't want to end everything you have going on. Like, oh my God. It was sick. And Mackenzie and I got in a fight while it was happening. Like, it just got crazy. My neighbor fucking screamed at me. Like, I was having a series of unfortunate events while PMSing. I was just awful.
I did all that without PMSing, so more power to you.
I started... like, I can't even explain, because another part of my PMS is like, it's really hard for me to like get it out. Like, I feel like really bottled up when I'm PMSing. Like, it's to a point, like, I physically can't get a tear to come out. I like can't scream. I'm like
there's no release.
Yes, there's no, I would literally told them, like, I want to cut myself right now. Like, I understand why people cut themselves. Like, I was like, I need like something to like get out of me. Like, it was crazy. And I finally, like, got some tears to happen. I literally was like, I can't believe I was with such a fucking loser. Like, I cannot believe I did that. Like, I just feel sad for myself and I'm embarrassed. And, like, I cannot believe that's the person I loved. Like, that's so sad and fucked up. So, like, that's what the tweets are doing to me now. Is just, like... yeah.
Solidifying your decision.
Yeah, and but also being like, God. And I knew the whole time. So bad.
I need another White Claw.
For sure.
You want one? You alcoholic.
On a positive note.
Yes.
7 of the planets were visible, aligned in the night sky on Friday night. Mm-hmm. And I went to a park with my friends and we laid on a little blanket on the ground and got unfathomably high, like, in a crazy way. And I was like, dude, what is this weed? Like, I need it. Like, this is the best weed I've ever smoked. And he was like, What's crazy is this is like a long lost joint that I found in a doob tube that I'm pretty sure I've had for years, and I have no idea what it is or where it's from.
Sometimes those will get you.
It's like a magical joint.
One time in like early college, I was home for the summer and there was a meteor shower, and me, Marie, and our friend Jonathan
I would die to see a meteor shower.
went to like watch it, but it was at like 4 a.m. or some shit. So we were like camping out at this park, and then next thing we know, we wake up and we all fell asleep and just slept in the park in the night.
That is beautiful.
We were like shook though, because like
what?
it was just, yeah, like we were like, oh, we just like fell asleep.
That's so funny.
Also, speaking of the planets aligning, my Saturn return is at 7:05 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be sleeping, but
when you wake up,
and I'm already feeling it.
Yeah.
Which, like, is so interesting because, like, if I didn't even know about Saturn return, like, things would still be happening.
Yeah.
But the fact that I am aware that it's happening, I'm like, time to wake up and smell the coffee.
Hits you over the head, hits you over the head, hits you over the head, and says, wake up.
Wake up.
The Saturn return is...
Did you know when yours is happening? Has it happened? Because it's like 29 to 30 years, so like there's...
I actually don't know if mine's happened. I just thought it was at 29.
I would assume it happened when all of this was going on. I'm not kidding.
I would too.
It probably did.
How do you find out?
There's like a online calculator, yeah.
Oh, let me just do it right now so we can know for sure and stop speculating.
So I have like a list of prompts to like ask myself. Like I'm gonna literally sit with myself.
I love that.
At some point tomorrow or Thursday and
see
just
if
like
you've changed.
No, just like reflect and
for sure. No, I think that's amazing.
I'm also...
We just have to utilize the moon and the stars and the planets. Like,
I agree.
You just have to. When I first moved in here, it was a full moon. Like the first night that I was like not living here, but like in here with the keys and stuff. And me and Mackenzie like saged and Palo Santo the apartment, charged all my crystals like in the full moon, wrote each other like intentions. We wrote our own, and then we like exchanged for each other like intentions for the year, and like wrote like made like sigils of like what we like want to come true, and just like really tapped into it. And I think that set the tone for my whole
I need to be more tapped into that stuff, like not just in times when I like need it.
Oh my god, 100%.
You know, because I am leaning very, and we'll get to all of what's going on in my life, but I've been back on my like spiritual journey, and it feels really nice.
It feels so good.
I'm reading this book called The Boyfriend Within that Lloyd gave me, and it's written in like the 90s, and this guy had like the love of his life died of AIDS, and he was like yeah, of course, but he was like a writer and like super hot, and like the book is essentially about like some guy at a party asked him like why he was single or something, and he was like, oh, I'm dating myself, and he was like, it was just an instinctual answer, but I didn't actually like feel that way. So he started talking to the voice within. He calls it the boyfriend within.
Yeah.
And he like, I haven't like finished it yet, I'm still in it, but he like every chapter is a question that he asks himself, and wrote down in a different colored pen like his instinctual answer. And then like the chapter like talks about like what he learned from that and like stuff like that. So at the end he suggests like doing it yourself, so I'm going to.
I love that. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
My Saturn return was March 21st, 2024.
Okay. I don't remember that.
I mean,
like I don't remember that time in my life.
I think that the second we moved into that apartment, I started feeling some things.
You did.
And in
famously.
March, I probably was like, okay. I would say in September, or no, when did I go to Chloe's? Whenever I went to Chloe's bachelorette trip, like something in me changed there.
Something has changed
within me. Truly, something was not the same.
Yeah.
What now?
I guess I'll say my piece.
Please.
So the reason I have taken a couple weeks off is because I needed a little time to process. Levi and I are taking some time apart, and again, I don't want to get into details because I really do like have so much love and respect for him, and I have absolutely nothing bad to say about him. He's a wonderful, wonderful person. We're still very close, and like there are absolutely no hard feelings on either end. He would do anything for me. I would do anything for him. But right now, we are focused on our own journeys.
Totally.
And so I was, kind of dealing with that the past couple of weeks. So I'm very glad that you let me just like take a minute to
sometimes you gotta
breathe,
take a step back.
For
sure.
But yeah, like I said, like I will always love that boy. I have absolutely no hard words to say about him, and I hope that one day we can find our way together. If not, like I know that we will be close and kind and respectful of each other, and like it means a lot to me because like I have never had a breakup that's
what's that like?
nice. It's nice actually because like I don't know, it takes away a lot of the hurt because like you guys love each other so much, and like right now this is just like what's best, which is a hard pill to swallow too, but it doesn't feel like there's like a disconnect. It feels like there's an understanding that like this is what's best, even though it is gnarly and but anyway, I don't want to talk too much about it, honestly, just because like it is fresh, and I don't want to put our business out there because I do really respect our relationship together. But so that's where I've been, kind of just working through my emotions.
Totally.
In my own fun way that my friends hate.
I had that when we were still living together for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you did.
And then I didn't anymore. So it's very interesting having had both sides of it with the same person. Because I was just saying, like, genuinely, whether it's on good terms or it's on bad terms, it hurts just as equally. It's just completely different.
Yes.
Like, because when you really break up, like, whether you're on good terms or bad terms, like, the amount of contact is the same. The situation is still the same. The fact that you're not going to get back together is the same. The fact that they've hurt you so deeply is still the same. And, like, sometimes it almost felt better to be fighting, like, because at least it was, like, something, like... And yeah, I mean, it just feels like you really can't lean on the person that you're breaking up with through your breakup.
The hardest part.
Yes.
For sure.
And when I brought up to my ex when we were still living together, like, that's what I wanted to do and that's what I thought we would do, he was like, "You're fucking crazy." And I was like, "Oh, word." And then that's when everything switched. But like, we were together for 8 years. You were literally my partner in life. We've been through, I can't even explain what we've been through.
That's so shitty of him.
And so I just like really thought it would have gone a little differently than it went, but
yeah,
whatever. We had a long, beautiful talk about this earlier that actually made me late for filming because I was like glued to my phone.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think we can like in a later episode get into like the feelings and, you know, your journey, but
for sure.
For right now, it's just, I guess that leads me to my next topic.
Yeah. We have to. Because it's our podcast.
And not yours.
Yeah.
The mailman broke my heart.
Wait, I'm so sorry. I thought you were going to talk about our fight.
Oh my God.
Well, like, fight. Kind of.
Okay.
I do. Because, like, we kind of, like, I think we both understood each other's sides. So, like, that's why we were able to just, like, move past it. But,
yeah.
So, when all this went down, I was very upset, obviously. And I, like, just had no capacity to talk about it. I mean, like, you're in denial. You're reeling. And
I think the denial is the part that was, like, scary for all of us. That we were, like, concerned with. I don't think, like, I know you like to deal with things on your own. And, like, I know you handle things in your own way. But, like, I also sometimes am like, but I also like, I get it because I feel like I'm very similar in that when I'm like in the middle of going through something, like it just happened the other day, like I can't talk. Like I have so many thoughts circling around up here that I couldn't even fathom how to get one of them out.
For sure.
But I still like want to be in the presence of someone to like make sure I don't like go to the depths.
Gotcha. See,
And,
I'm
like,
not like that. I really value like processing on my own. So long story short, I was not talking about it with any of them, and they had already kind of known that like things were happening, so they were like, what's going on, blah blah, and I wasn't really like responsive, and I was just like being absent. And then you and Tay both reach out to me like, you need to talk to us, like tell us what's going on, which made me more reluctant because, as you know, I'm very defensive. And I was like, I knew that eventually I was going to like open up and talk about it like we did today, and it was like wonderful and amazing. But I genuinely just like needed a minute to myself. Like, I need alone time. I'm literally just trying to get through the day. And so then I felt like almost pressured to talk about it like before I was ready. And Tay asked me like, why don't you want to? Like, do you think you're going to be judged? And like, absolutely not. Like, I know you guys aren't going to judge me. And I know, like, well, you know him better. So, like, you weren't going to, like, come and talk shit and be like...
I have nothing bad to say about him.
Yeah, exactly. But...
I really never have. I was, like, mad at him for, like, 1 month last summer.
Yeah, right.
And, like, other than that, like, I literally have nothing bad to say about him. Like, I think he's doing his best. I think that...
Yeah.
I just have nothing...
So I wasn't worried about that aspect. I just, like, genuinely did not want to talk about it. I did not want to hear anything.
I think that's, like, the part that feels concerning is, like...
And I understand that...
not being in the reality of it all. And, like, I get it. You're in denial. You don't want the reality check. But, like, I just didn't know how long that was going to go on for. And eventually, like... I gotta make sure you're, like, grounded.
Which is
in
fair.
Something.
But at the same time, like, I was saying, I'm not ready to talk about this. Like, I just need some alone time. So, like, I wish that my boundaries were a little more respected in that aspect.
I get
with
that.
the understanding that I know that you guys want what's best for me. Like,
totally.
There's no doubt in my mind ever about that. No. But I did not want to get into it or hear any, like, takes on it or opinions yet. And then... So I was a little frustrated, and then I kind of, like, pulled back more because I was just, like, annoyed about that a little. Not, like, annoyed, like, but you know what I mean. It was frustrating. So then I sent, like, a long message kind of trying to explain myself, and I think that we probably should have had that conversation in person. But I just, like, felt bad because that night I was, like, maybe going to hang out with you guys, and then I was, like, again, like, I just need to be alone tonight. So I didn't want you guys to be, like... you know, like, oh, he's secluding himself and whatever. Because, like, I would have come around. Like, I always knew I was going to do the podcast again this week. Like, when I was ready to talk about it, I would have. And I was today. Like, I didn't fully open up to you about it until today. And that's when I was, like, ready to do so.
I think you weren't ready to admit to yourself some of the things that you said today. And, like, that is understandable.
For sure, but... Yeah. I just, like, literally couldn't even, like, talk about it either. Like, I didn't want to talk about it yet.
I get that.
It was hard.
Yeah.
But anyway, obviously, it's all good.
I think that, like, from an outside perspective, having gone through just things with you in your life, there are times, I think this is where my worry comes from. Like, I worry... what type of thoughts you're thinking in your head, because there have been times where you're processing something on your own and then you bring it to us and you're being so hard on yourself and you do not need to be, and I see you realize that when we tell you that, and so it, like, makes me sad to think that, like, that's what you're doing when you're alone, and that's, like, what I feel so, like, tell me what you're feeling, because I'm pretty sure that you're putting a lot of blame on yourself for things that are not your fault.
Which, mind you, I'm not this time.
And that's great.
Yeah.
But, like...
There's no blame on anyone in this. Like,
truly. Like, it really,
and there wasn't even
truly
last
is,
time. Like,
no.
We have some shit to work out individually, and that's that. And I'm handling this way better than before.
I think this comes back to one of my topics that I am, like, really struggling with right now in, like, please let me baby you. Like, please let me take care of you. Like, I can't see someone hurting and them not let me do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you are very like that. And we've had this combo before,
so fucked up, and, like, it's becoming a theme, and, like, I can't handle it. And I don't know how to...
Well, the thing is, it obviously comes from a good place. Like, you genuinely just want the best for me and want to see me not hurting or, you know, placing blame on myself or whatever. I just want to take it
away, and I can't. And that like, really, like... I can't even get into all that right now. I'll get into it after.
Okay.
The camera died, obviously. Welcome.
And we had a whole combo off camera, which was good.
And ate, and that was nice.
Yeah.
I feel great now.
So anyway, I don't know. It's all good between everyone in this situation. Well, except for your man.
In your situation.
In my situation.
So, I feel like so deeply sad that, like, it's hard for me to, like, literally talk about this, which is insane.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's bad.
What?
It's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the mailman broke my heart, truly. And I am understanding the Tortured Poets department on a level that I'm
so sorry that you're going through it, but...
I still don't like the album. But, like, and I always understood the concept, but it's like, unfortunately, or fortunately, like, my man wasn't racist as fuck and weird as fuck. That's the part for me, is how, like...
You just have to separate
embarrassing it is to be publicly down bad over that guy.
Yeah.
That was always the part for me. But I get it. I get it. Like, we haven't filmed since before Valentine's Day.
Oh, I know.
Which is really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, on Valentine's Day, had my little crash out. Shayla and I talked about that in the last episode, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I broke that day. Like, I was sitting there, like, just unresponsive. Like, I just, like, it finally, like, all happened for me.
Of course.
After so long. And we talked about it earlier. Like, my brain put me into survival mode in order to travel, have my grandfather's funeral, move out of the apartment, process that breakup, take my cat. Like, I had to, like, compartmentalize in a fucked up, crazy way.
Mm-hmm.
And then it all happened.
Which, like, of course.
Of course. And thank you for getting me through, sister. But, like, and I knew it was going to happen. The whole time that I was feeling fine, I was like,
well, we all knew.
Scary. Like, I'm literally on my way to the mailman's house to have, like, our little Valentine's Day, like, hangout. He got me roses, like, all this cute shit.
Aw.
I'm on the phone with Mackenzie literally crying. And I'm like, I need you to talk me off of the delusional ledge that I want to throw everything away and get back together with him and settle for that. Because, like, I am in so much pain right now that, like, that's where I'm at. Like, I would just rather not go through this. I'd rather be miserable forever in, like, a numb way than feel what the fuck I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
And that's just not true. Like, the worst pain I've ever felt feels so much better than feeling nothing at all. Like, feeling nothing is just, like,
I would agree
sick.
with that. Only because there is always, like, the other side of it where you have grown and learned. But, like, the pain, fuck. I would erase my brain rather than go through heartbreak.
For sure. I live for it, though. I haven't had my heart broken so long, like, it feels good. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, so we hung out, we had a great night, whatever. We keep hanging out. The next time I go over there, we have sex and keep hanging out. And at this point, like, we are, like, locked the fuck in. Like,
right.
Very affectionate, very expressive. I let him sleep here in my bed.
Right.
Girl, I don't even do... Oh, my God. And we are just like nonstop texting, hanging out every other day. Like, I want to see you. I miss you, baby. Blah, 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 you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like, we've been talking for months. Like, we just didn't hang out until like January.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in love with him the entire time. Like,
for sure.
I've told you all, like, there is just something about him that like intrigues me and like tickles a part of my brain that like really does it for me. I want to baby him so badly. Like, I will do anything to take care of him.
Okay, well,
what?
You need to stop trying to baby and take care of people.
Oh, and girl, like, I can fix him. No, really, I can. Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't even want to fix him. I just want to coddle him and love him, and like, we'll get there.
Which can be okay to a healthy extent.
It's not.
Right.
And I mean, I want to baby everyone that I love, but like,
yeah, which is okay to a healthy extent. The people
who won't let me, I need it even more, and it's fucked up. I'm fragile right now.
Sorry. Well, that's what we were just talking about.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to go back to therapy. The second time that we had sex, it was amazing for me personally. And it's not the type of sex that I am used to. Like, I don't know how much we have discussed this, but like, I am not a lover girl when I'm having sex. Like, fuck the shit out of me. Disrespect me. I don't want to be loved. I don't want to be cuddled afterwards. I don't want to make love literally ever. Like, they're so separate for me. And like, of course, sometimes, sure.
I'm like that with guys that I'm not with. Totally.
And yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't like really do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, sometimes it will, like makeup sex, love her. But like, just like, love you sex, not really for me. But it was just like that type of sex. Like, it was just, you know,
passionate.
Yeah, it was just good. I liked it, loved it, whatever, great.
Okay.
The second it was done, like, something happened. Like, I watched him shut down in real time. And I don't even know if like he knows that or like what, but it was like 2:30 in the morning. We both fell asleep afterwards for like an hour. So I was like, okay, maybe like he was just tired. But then
they're never just tired. Just kidding. Sometimes they're
like, bitch, I fell asleep too. Like, I thought maybe we were just tired. And like, it wasn't a 180 in that moment. It was just like,
you could feel
something happened, and I was like, damn, okay, like, are you what?
So hold on, let's get this on camera. You agree that when someone's vibe slightly shifts,
of course,
valid,
totally valid.
Okay.
Then, and this is so funny, I told him I was home safe and sound, and he just sent the like party emoji.
I'd call myself.
Like, I was like, all right. And like, I'm being I hear myself. That sounds crazy.
No, but because that is not a very nice answer after you just had sex.
I don't care.
I do. Well, you clearly do care.
It's just not about sex for me.
No. I'm just saying, like, after you shared this intimate like moment and like past week of Valentine's Day, saying I'm home safe and a party emoji.
And like, I text him I'm home safe every time, so like, I know what the typical response looks like. Anyway, I don't want to get too detailed into every single text because like, there's so much more to come. But I just knew the vibe was slightly different. It wasn't all the way different, but like, something was going on. I like said like, baby, I miss you at one point.
You said that.
Girl, I love these men. Like, I love.
It's just so crazy.
All the wars. And
I'm obsessed.
I know. It gets different, but he's still like double texting me, still having like texting as often, like, it just, I can't explain it. It was just not feeling as reciprocated as it was moments prior. He had just told me like right before all this happened that like, I don't want to be nonchalant. I don't want to be cool and distant. Like, I want to be unfucking hinged. I want to quadruple text. Like, that's just who I am. Like, that's where I'm at. And I'm like, fucking finally. Like, me fucking too.
Let's go.
But, like, I'm very open about that, so I've been doing that the whole fucking time. Whether you're doing it back or not, I don't care. I'm always going to be myself.
And I love that about you, because you're not going to, like, put on a front of, like, trying to be, like, hard to get or something.
Nope, I'm easy to get, in a way.
Me
I'm
too.
psychotic, but, like, and you'll never actually get me, but whatever. Wow. So, I was freaking out because I started to feel, like,
the shit
things. No, I started to feel things before all this. Started, like,
feel
things for him. Like, I think it was, like, before Valentine's Day even. Maybe right after. And I was talking to Mackenzie, and I was like, I shouldn't be doing this. Like, I need to end this. Like, it's gotten, like, to a place that I didn't mean for it to get, which keeps happening to me. But this one was, like, longer and actually real, and I had real feelings for him rather than, like, my week and a half situationships or whatever the fuck with some person I don't know. And she was just like, bro, like, fuck that. Like, don't worry about what you should or shouldn't be doing. Like, just give in. Like, just submit to the feelings. Like, have a little whirlwind romance. Like, fuck it, whatever. And I was like,
I agree with that. You're
so right.
By the way.
Whatever. So, the literal moment that I felt like I submitted and I was like, fuck it. Let's just see what happens.
You pulled back.
Gone.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, like, I'm still not looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for this to end in marriage. Like, I'm in a very dark, weird place right now that I've been very open about, as is he.
Yeah.
That we've both been so open about. Please.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like we were on the same page of, like, seeing where it goes, but not caring where it ends up, and, like, not putting pressure. Like, I do not care how this ends. Like, at all.
Right.
Like, I just, like, I don't even, like, think about it in the future. Like, it's literally just, like, I don't know, whatever happens, happens. And, like, if we ended up being in a relationship, should that be what I'm doing? Absolutely the fuck not. But, like...
But if it did...
I'm curious.
Yeah, for sure.
It will kill the cat. Like... Yeah. I'll die. Whatever. I'm gonna, like, read you all of our texts because I, like, have to tell you this story. But, like... Okay. Gonna have to try and... chop it up, whatever the fuck. Mind you, like, I think I've talked a little bit on here. I'm not gonna put his whole business out there, but, like, it's been a tough year for the kid.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Worst year of his life that you could fathom.
Totally.
And I said, I know that, you know, I just desperately want to help, but I don't know what you want, so I kind of just let it play out. But now I'm directly asking you if you even know what you want me to do when it's happening. And he said, I don't. It's unfortunately one of those things I'm just gonna have to thug it out, but I know I'll figure it out. And then I said, crooked face, you're not gonna talk to me about it either. He said, I fear it's nothing you don't already know. I said, I feel like expressing yourself is still productive, even if you've done it before or there isn't a solution or you feel like it's pointless, because it's just not. Yeah. Like, your problems are my problems. I love you. Like, well, okay.
Yeah. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
He said, this is true. I said, it's unfortunately going to drive me crazy if you don't let me know what's going on with you. I'm not a mind reader. That's why not talking about your feelings is a problem. Like, you could have just told me what the fuck you were feeling. I would never judge you for that. I would have comforted you, made you feel secure, and you would have had a great day. I would have told you how much I...
He's probably not used to that, though. Clearly.
He said, I'd still like to hang out. I think I just need us to turn it down a bit as far as sex and whatnot goes. As bad as I want it, I think I just need to actually chill on intimacy for a while because it always messes with me, and not just dive all the way in like I always do, because clearly it hasn't had a good success rate. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what you've ever done with any other bitch ever. Well. No, I'm so sorry. Your old dog is not your new dog. Don't tell me I'm doing with you what I've done in the past and it's never worked before, because it's working right now. So unless it stopped...
Well, I don't think to him it is working, because I think he's feeling the same feelings. Not to play devil's advocate, but
No, play it.
I think that he is trying to be vulnerable, but he is not being direct, by the way. But I think he's trying to be like, I'm dealing with some shit, and, like, this is making it, like, to me, this feels like a distraction, and I'm jumping into something when I'm not addressing my issues.
Oh, that's what he ends up saying verbatim.
Okay, well, okay.
I hate it.
Well, it's honest,
he said,
though.
Sorry for getting there so slow. I was trying to figure out what I was trying to say. He said, I figured you'd feel somewhat similar after getting out of a relationship. I'm sorry. And I said, nope, don't feel that way at all. I don't view sex the way that anyone... I just feel like... I don't care about sex. That was just like a fun little bonus that I got on top of hanging out.
Fair.
I said, I unfortunately do not feel similar and unfortunately do not really understand where you're coming from. So I am going to need you to elaborate on how you're feeling and why you're feeling it for me. You're not explaining it at all.
Well, yeah, but kind of.
You're talking about it.
Yeah, but I don't think he feels comfortable enough with you to, like, get into, like, his trauma. It's clearly a trauma-based thing.
I hate that.
Well, I'm sure you do, but, like, none of this is, like, personal against you. I think he's...
Oh, I know.
I think he's feeling whatever he's feeling for whatever reason he's feeling it. And, like, I kind of dig that he's being honest.
I love him.
Me too, I think.
I need to go to therapy.
Wait,
so
call me.
badly.
I'm just kidding.
Bitch.
I'm kidding. What have we fought?
I think the podcast may have fucked me.
Do you know what I think after those last messages? I think he's very intimidated by you and knows that you don't want anything serious. And he does value sex as an intimate thing, which is fine that you don't. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
But I think he really genuinely does and doesn't have, like when you ask him to explain that, it's not like he's gonna be like, well, I dated this girl and whatever, this happened to me. I
would. That's the problem.
Yeah, but that's not a problem.
I know, I just, like...
I don't think you know him well enough yet for him to feel comfortable. Like, he's a kind of more shy, but he is being very vulnerable and honest, regardless of not giving you the dirty details.
Makes me love him more, and I can't. And, like, what you're saying is true, and, like, if I had approached this conversation differently, I think it might be fine, but I think I fucked up.
Oh, it goes on.
Oh, this is days ago.
Okay.
It's gotten so much more insane since then.
Damn.
I'm going to have a fuck of a time editing this. I said, I hear you. I appreciate you being open with me and expressing that. I'm not exactly sure how to proceed, but I don't want to stop talking or hanging out, and I don't want it to change. I'm completely fine to not have sex or do whatever you're comfortable with. Because that's the other thing about me.
That's a great message.
I'm a chill girl, bro. Whatever you want, I want. You like it, I love it. I literally don't care.
Yeah.
Like, the things I will do for you, if you will be vulnerable and soft with me.
Oh, for sure.
I will. You can't even imagine. I said I don't want you to be in your head either. That's why I want you to say that shit out loud. That's literally what I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that's not what he wants or is comfortable with.
That sucks.
Well, for you, if that's not what you want, but that's his truth.
I know. I, couldn't stop bringing it up, and I think, that was a problem. For
sure.
Because it probably maybe could have gone back to normal. I don't know. I freaked out. I took the attachment style quiz and, got anxious attachment. This shit fucked me up so bad. I changed attachment styles.
Love that. I'm working on changing mine. Well, it sounds like he was trying to lighten the mood and you were not letting go of his ball sack.
Sucks.
Yeah. So
I ruined it.
I don't think you ruined it forever.
He said, sorry, I don't know what to say. I said, I don't either. I feel fucking weird. Never answered.
And that was it?
And that sucked. Girl, no. This goes on for days.
Oh, okay.
I have been freaking out.
Okay.
And then the next morning I said, so you want me to act normal and go with the flow and act like you never said that shit? Or this is you ending it because you won't end things? Because he told me multiple times that, I will have to end it with him because he does not end things. He just gets weird and distant. And once I remembered that, I was like, I'm being gaslit. I'm being manipulated. He doesn't like me anymore. And this is his way of
Well, where did you draw that conclusion?
From him telling me that he wouldn't end it. I just started to get... One, I'm fucking traumatized.
Well, yeah. From
the manipulation that I've been through. And, all day I've been telling Mackenzie, it is really, really hard for me to not feel the same way that Phil's made me feel. And he is manipulative.
Yeah.
And...
Well, then on the flip side,
for me to believe...
whoever made him feel this way is also a thing, clearly. You saying he's not forthcoming with his feelings, also. I'm not trying to make you feel like shit, by the way.
Oh, I do.
But he's very forthcoming.
To me, that's not.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't... that's what I'm struggling with, is, I am so open.
Yes,
that,
for sure.
I just need someone who is too.
And that's fine.
I don't...
And
yeah,
find some... You will find someone who is that
Exactly.
open, but not everyone is. Even me, your best friend, I'm not as open as
Yeah.
that. And I am very open, but like, again, blanket statement for me is like expressing my emotions and my like needs at the time. And I feel like that's what he was doing.
He said this was me trying to be more forthcoming and not let how I feel stir until it blows up and makes everything worse for once. That used to be my go-to. So I'm sorry it felt like rejection. It's just me trying to do what I feel is best for me at the moment. God, this is so embarrassing.
Who cares? We all say embarrassing shit.
I said, I'm just caught between, do you want more from me or less from me? Like, do you need security? Do you need me to fall back? I'm not trying to do too much and make you avoidant. I've definitely told people I want to slow down when what I really mean is this is not it for me anymore. And now I've just been talking about something for 2 days straight that you didn't even want to talk about in the first place. I'm sorry. He said...
What? No, I'm just like... It's very parallel to like our conversation with me. And like, that's why I'm seeing like, you are literally not coming from a bad place at all. So like, you can be embarrassed, but like, I wouldn't be that embarrassed. Like, you were just trying to make that connection and you were having anxiety yourself. So like, it's okay.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Shut up. What'd you say? I'm gonna die.
You're gonna die.
Erin.
I said, oh my God, I'm just looking for a little fucking reassurance.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly projecting. Like, I think he was reassuring me the entire time.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, I don't know. Ball's in your court now. You let me know what you want. I can't keep thinking about this. He said, I've let you know what I want, though. Crying emoji. And then I said, yeah. And then like 10 minutes later, I said, can we go back to normal now, or did I make it too weird?
Wait, I have to pee.
I'm terrified.
I'm loving that.
He said, that's what I've been trying to do, but then you keep saying to let you know what I want. I said, all right, well, I'll stop, LOL. At this point, he's taking so long to text me back, like, actually 180.
Yeah.
Which, reading this back, I get.
Yeah. He was overwhelmed.
Yeah, I bet. So we're texting. And it's just like anything I say about like us or my feelings or
is
whatever
being
is
dismissed.
just 100% not being answered or whatever. I did say I miss you at 2:43 a.m. on Sunday, and he said I miss you too the next morning. I yesterday had like a really, really bad day. Like, I was sobbing for an hour and a half straight about my grandpa, and was like on and off sobbing all day. Like, I was just like not having a good day at all. And we talked about that for a second, and then he said, fuck, I'm sorry, legit the worst feeling, at like 3 p.m. And I ended up like reacting to it like hours later, but I didn't answer because I just like knew whatever.
Yeah.
I was like trying to like let it breathe, but I couldn't.
Story of my life. I get it.
And then at 11:51 p.m. I write.
Oh no.
Because, okay, here's the thing. I was ruminating in a way that was really unhealthy. I wish that you and I had had this conversation like 4 days ago.
Fuck, I'm
after
sorry.
the first conversation, because
That's the whole other thing I feel bad about with like what I was going through, because I was like, if you guys came to me with like, I'm going through this, I would have been dropped anything.
yeah,
I was
we
just
all
like,
were.
yeah,
It was bad.
yeah,
I just like needed that perspective and that like reality check, because one, I was so deep in like being traumatized that I like couldn't hear what he was saying. It was literally like someone else was talking. It was a projection of everything I've ever been through. Like,
everything you
just,
said
like,
meant something else.
so stupid. Yeah,
It wasn't
and, like,
stupid. It's just how you
for
interpreted
sure.
it at the
And
time.
like, I do think on some level, like, I need to have the self-preservation of like what I'm looking for he's probably not capable of, and that's okay, and it's not his fault, and like I don't need to force it, but I wish I could have like understood his perspective
yeah,
better and been nicer about it and like been more.
yeah. But what you're acknowledging now is so much different than many other people would. So, like,
for sure,
just take it
I know,
as it is.
so
I know it
sad,
sucks.
and I really care about him, and I wish that I treated him better.
Keep reading. Let me hear the end of this.
I said, I don't want boyfriends, I just want you. He said, oh, Erin, with a bunch of N's and a teardrop. Sad face.
Oh, I hate his response, but...
And then he said that he was over it at that point, so he was pitying me for feeling that way.
Yeah.
He said, that's not true, but it is sweet. I said, it just is true, and it's been true. He said, you're in your boyfriend's era, ma'am. I said, logically, I probably should be, but I don't want to be logical. I just want to feel what I'm feeling and do that, and that's how I've been feeling for weeks, and I haven't had boyfriends, and I don't want them. Because, like, the original conversation that we had made it seem like he got jealous or was watching the podcast and was like...
He probably did.
Yeah, and now that's over. So...
Maybe not forever.
He said, what makes you say that we both still can't give each other much, or at least I feel like I still can't? I said, the fact that the past couple months have been personally wonderful for me, and what you were giving was great, and I'm trying for the life of me to figure out what changed and why, and I'm losing my mind over it. He told you. So why are you asking again?
Well, you didn't know at the time.
Crazy.
Give yourself a little grace, bitch. Like, you tell me all the time not to be too hard on myself.
I know.
Give yourself grace.
I can't. He said, you're not insane. It is mutual. I just don't think I can go back to normal at the moment as much as I'd prefer that. All I ever do is put things off and distract myself from dealing with trauma. And for once, I need to not, because it just ends up coming back time and time again. I said, I get it. I can't force you to let me in rather than seeing it as a distraction. I can't make you trust me or confide in me. I can't force you to let me take care of you. I just gotta let that shit go. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why I feel this way. I said, and my problem is I want to love you till you love yourself, and that always hurts me in the end. And he said, and then that leaves you not getting the love you deserve. It's a cycle. And I said, not sure if that's what I think I deserve or if I just think I'll get it eventually. Per our conversation earlier,
right.
Which that is what it is. Like, I think if I work hard enough, then I'll get it, and it'll feel really rewarding. It won't.
Not always. Sometimes, yes. I think, yes, sometimes if you invest in someone, yes, you can get that love back, but it's not always going to be reciprocated. And also with this specific situation, like, that's not what he needed at the moment.
Or ever.
Probably. No, I think this is him begging you to just, like, lay off.
Fuck alone?
Yeah. I guarantee... Well, I assume it goes on.
Oh, for hours.
Okay. Keep reading, then.
He said, in my perfect world, I would have done my work and figured my shit out instead of putting it off over and over for the last 5 years, crying emoji. I just know that in the meantime, I can't do anything serious with expectations. I just gotta live and hope it all makes sense down the road. And I said I didn't have any. And then he sent the emoji and said, that's not what this convo has felt like. Which, like, 3 hours ago, I was so pissed off about. Because, like, I fully see what he's saying now. Like...
For sure.
I don't have expectations of this relationship or where it's going to go or what that means or, like, what it looks like, whatever. But I clearly have expectations of you. Yeah. And that's not cool.
It's understandable from where you've been from. But, yeah, like, that's not...
Right.
But also, I do want to say, the fact that he's even engaging says a lot.
Psychotic of him. I'm insane.
Caring.
I get so much more insane you can't imagine.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm a terrible person.
No, you're not a terrible person. What the fuck? No, there's literally nothing wrong with putting your feelings on the line. Yes, you can recognize, like, looking back on the conversation, like, where you might have crossed the line with him and, like, put too much pressure on him. But that does not make you a terrible person. It just gets so much worse. Like, I would not respect his boundaries. I don't respect Devin's boundaries ever. So, I don't know what to tell you. This is the first time ever that I have. So, there's no judgment on my end. You're doing the best with the information and emotions you had at the time. I feel so bad. Well, then I finish it.
I can never say anything ever again.
No, yes,
But
you
I feel
can. Yes, you
terrible.
Don't feel terrible.
I feel so dumb and like...
You're not dumb.
I know.
Erin, what you need to do without even finishing it, don't text him.
Ever again.
No. For a while. Maybe a week, maybe a few days, whatever. And then be like, I reread our messages and I just want to apologize for like X, Y, and Z. And I do care about you and I would love to keep hanging out.
I'm not saying that. Because he knows. Like...
No, but like not from the perspective that you have now.
I just want to apologize, like, eventually.
Well, then yes, just apologize eventually. But you don't have to feel bad. Like, you're not a bad person for any of this.
I know.
You weren't being, like...
really took it there, and you don't even know how bad I took it there yet.
Oh, okay.
I got crazy. Because I am toxic, and there was a part of me during this conversation that saw the light that I was going to get something really toxic.
Okay.
And I was going to love that.
Okay.
I said, I don't know. I mean, I expected what I was getting, but I wasn't expecting more or like literally anything. I didn't have expectations for what would happen. I was just vibing. Which now, again, I'm realizing like I was putting expectations on you and what you were giving me. But me, when I hear the word expectation, I think of it in terms of like
what you're doing for me and like...
Or just like the relationship. And like I don't want you to do anything. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Like commitment... what you're doing for me, like I am expecting something out of you. Like I'm expecting you to be open and vulnerable, and that's no one can do that.
Well, people can do that, but
yeah,
he has trauma. Because he could have just said like, no, girl,
crazy fucking bitch.
No, not bitch, but like you're doing too much. Like let's chill out. I didn't do anything. He's
so nice. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't nice.
Yeah.
He said this wasn't some grand scheme.
Right.
I said, I don't think it was. It's just fucked up, but this is dating, so thanks for showing me. I'm insane! He said you were literally dating other people. What do you mean, thanks for showing me? I said nothing was real. I was actually dating you, and this is how it goes. My friends always tell me I think I just thought I'd be the exception or something. He said Def could have fooled me just from the way you talked about them on the podcast, crying emoji. Which again made me feel like I needed to reassure him again. Like, that wasn't fucking real. Like, I liked you. That shit was weird.
Yeah, but he's not gonna know that. He hasn't known you for a few months.
It pissed me off that he was like bringing it up in this weird way again after being like, no, it's not about that.
No, I don't think that's what he was saying. I think he was saying like, who was to know this is how you felt when you were literally on your podcast 2 weeks ago talking about how in love with everyone else you were. And at this point, I think he was probably pissed off.
Of course. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
I said, that's not what I meant, but it doesn't matter. There's no reason to keep this conversation going. We're not saying anything. We said what needs to be said. Because I know, like, I was just arguing at that point to argue. And it's just, like, there's no, like, it's over. It's done. You ended it. I'm not going to convince you to not. It's just done. I don't know.
He also never ended it. No, he didn't.
He did.
He didn't. His vibes changed because you kept pushing him. Yeah. He didn't end it. If he ended it, he would have said, like, I need to not talk to you anymore.
But remember how he won't do that? And he told me multiple times that he won't do that. This is him ending it. And that's fine.
I don't think that's what he meant by that, though. I think he meant he'll, like, stick it out for someone. But I think he's just, like, a nice person and, like, does like you a lot. And he's just, like...
Well, I don't think he does anymore, so... I think we're all good.
Okay. But you can still like you as a person. I would definitely apologize eventually. But I don't want you to feel like malicious for anything you did. I think it was just like a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Does it get bitchier?
No, I get crazy. I'm insane.
Yeah.
He said okay with the, like, tear coming out, like, exhausted emoji. I bet. And
if
then
someone said that to me,
I said, I'm not about to be in a relationship, so I still want to hang out with you and talk to you and fuck you and sleep with you and watch shit with you. So I don't know. I'm here for anything you'd have the capacity for whenever, and that's just, like, where I'm at. Because, again, like, I'm not going to get in a relationship, so... And I didn't have expectations of, like, this, so, like... You lead, I'll follow. I don't know. I just wanted him to know that, like... Because you said this to me, like, the door's not closed on my end. I don't care, so...
As someone who took the door off the hinges for everyone I've ever met, it's fine. I get it.
He said, ugh, you're hot and confusing. I said, I genuinely could not be being more straightforward.
Which is crazy, because you have not been very straightforward.
I think I have been.
You've been kind of all over the place in this whole combo over a span of days.
No, it's true.
Because that last text that you read before he said that is giving, like, what could have been the case after he said, like, I don't want to have sex right now, like, blah, blah, blah. You could have been like, okay, I'm cool with whatever. But it was after all of this that you said that. So he's like, well, why are you saying that now?
I wish he didn't say you're hot and confusing, because then that was confusing.
That's not well, yeah. From an outsider's perspective, he's, like, still interested. He is just like, then why did you say all of those other things when you could have just said that?
Totally.
Yeah.
And why did I? We'll never know.
Because you were catching feelings and you saw him slipping away, and it's traumatizing.
Fuck.
I think you were being transparent in every passing emotion. He also was being transparent, though. I don't think he was saying, I never want to see you again. I think he was saying, like, I need to slow the rope because I'm dealing with shit.
I said, I'm just telling you what I want. I didn't end things. I don't want to. So why would it be confusing that that's what I want? He said, you had just said we said all we had to. So I guess I just didn't expect you to say that. And I said, well, I want you to come over tonight. Like, I don't understand what's going on. And he said, I do too. But what did I say all that for if I'm just going to go back on it immediately? And I said, I just literally don't care. And I said, I don't know why you said it. You didn't have to. And he said, I mean, I did have to because it's how I feel. I said, I get that, and I'm glad you said how you feel. I care about you, and I want you to be okay, but I want what I want, and I don't care to deny myself of what I want because of what should be or some rules or some right or wrong. Like, one thing about me, I will give in to my impulses no matter what. So, yeah, that's what I want. I can't look at you.
Look, girl.
No.
How much shit have you seen me say and do?
I'm just not like this.
You are right now.
I know. He said, I just don't think it's a good idea right now. I gotta stand on how I feel at least a little.
I would kill myself. You shouldn't, but I'm saying, like, if I
100%.
received that, I would freak out.
And again, so triggered. Like, that was like...
Yeah, and you didn't have...
All it ever was with Phil's was like, it's just not a good idea for us to see each other right now because, like, I know how you're feeling. I still don't want to be with you, and, like, I can't keep doing this to you. And I
Which
would
is
just
such
be
a
like, I don't
cop-out.
care. I don't care. Like, I just want to just give me what I want. I don't care. Like, fuck. Don't look out for me. I'll look out for me. Like...
Yes. But clearly those guys, Phil's, and maybe him right now, aren't saying that, like, I need a minute.
For sure.
So, like, God forbid Phil's ever fucking got vulnerable or actually said what he was really feeling.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, like, even this guy, if he would have just said, like, hey, I'm sorry, this is just a little overwhelming. I do like you. Can we just take a beat? You probably would have replied something crazy anyway. But, like, you would have at least, like, not been in, like, the assumptions that you were.
For sure. And I also just feel like reading it back is like, oh my God, he couldn't have been more transparent. And he just literally was expressing himself. So he was being vulnerable. Mm-hmm. I don't know what more I was looking for. I think I was just genuinely I was reverting back to a feeling that I haven't felt in like fucking 6 years. And it was tough.
Yeah.
He said, why you gotta make this so difficult? I said, I'm making it easy. You're making it complicated, and it's not.
That's crazy.
He said, you're just not really respecting how I feel. And that's the part.
That was probably triggering.
To who?
You?
Why?
I don't know. Because that's literally what I said to you the other day.
Yeah.
Wasn't this like the same day?
This was today.
Oh, okay.
This is...
So we were already past our shit. I think you're being so hard on yourself. Who cares? I mean, I know you care. And like, there's a lesson to take from it. But like, nothing that you did or said was like not aligned with how you were feeling or malicious or like bad intent in any way.
For sure, but
I think
sometimes intentions don't matter. Like, I was still disrespectful as fuck and insane.
Then apologize. Not tonight. You need to let him take a minute.
I'm gonna let him take so much time.
But if you feel bad about it, apologize. He's not gonna like... He literally replied to every single one of your messages, which says a lot. A lot of guys would have just literally stopped replying. He obviously cared.
Should have.
Maybe, but maybe not, because you would have still texted him. It sucks. And I know that you're like, fuck, I ruined everything. But like, I don't think you did. I think you made things weird right now. But like, that doesn't mean there's no coming back from it at all, even on like a human level way. If you apologize, give him a little space and just be like, hey, here's my perspective on what I said and what I did. Like, I'm genuinely sorry, like, blah, blah, blah. And leave it at that. I think that will go a long way. He seems like a very nice, sensitive guy who's going to be understanding of that. Yeah, but I don't think that means, like, the door's shut forever. I think you say that on a person-to-person level and then let it be. And I guarantee that he'll reach out again. He clearly has feelings for you, or he would not, again, have this entire conversation. I know that you think, like, well, he said that he doesn't know how to end it, which perhaps, but, like, I don't think he was trying to end it. I think he was just trying to be, like, a million times, here's where I'm coming from, and you're not understanding.
Yeah. And I think if someone did to me what I did to him, I would never.
Yes, you would. Maybe not like immediately like, oh, I want to go back to how we were, but you would 1,000,000% forgive them and hear them out.
For sure.
And that's the first step.
I would never like them again. Like, it would just be
yeah, but you're not him.
Gone. It's just so unfortunate that I made it so weird.
He sounds like the type of person who will be very understanding.
That's fine. I'm just sad that I...
Yeah, for sure, but...
fucked that up so weirdly.
Well, I think maybe you needed it.
I definitely
Which
needed
sucks
the
to hear
lesson.
and is not fun, but...
I think I'm just a lot...
I think you got it out of your system.
I don't know.
I hope so.
I think I'm a lot more traumatized than I...
Of course you are.
Realized. And I think that I'm like so self-aware that like I'm gonna know like that like something like that wouldn't happen to me because I'm like so in tune with like, and I'm not. So I have to...
I would just
figure some shit out.
I think you do need to figure some shit out and like go to therapy and shit for the trauma. But in terms of like this and talking to other people, take note of how you are feeling right now. And then take a beat before saying shit. But again, nothing you said was like, it was yes, disrespectful and like not respecting his wishes or boundaries, but again, none of it came from a place of malice or anything other than like you in your mind making what he was saying different than what he was saying. And like you didn't choose to do that. It's not like you were like, I'm actually gonna gaslight you and misinterpret everything you're saying on purpose.
Right.
You just need to forgive yourself and like apologize eventually.
I think it's gonna be really hard to forgive myself for... I can forgive myself for like doing what, like putting him through what I put him through. Like, I hear you. Like, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know that was happening when it was happening. Like,
but you're regretting it because now it's like fucked up.
Yeah, it's ruined. And I
don't know though. You really don't know that.
I can't operate in that space. It just isn't good for me. But
yeah, but like, is it good for you to just be like, well, I fucked that up, I need to detach? No. You guys have only known each other a few months.
That's the other fucking crazy part.
Need I remind you of a certain jazz club incident where I went psycho, and then 2 years later, we were still dating. You can bounce back from shit. And he seems way more empathetic than others.
I don't even know, dude. I just had no idea that I was even like capable of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like obviously there's so much going on here, and like this isn't all about you and whatever.
I would venture to say most of it is not about him in any possible way.
Yeah, I'd say 99% of it, even like the feelings that I'm feeling, are coming from so many places right now. I cannot like handle reading that back and like hearing myself talk. Like, oh my God, bro.
All you can do now is move forward.
Totally.
There's no way in hell he's not going to, at the very least, appreciate your apology as a person or see where you're coming from.
I'm not worried about that.
I know you're not, but like eventually you'll feel better about things knowing that like you took accountability for something, by the way, that you did not do intentionally.
Totally.
Were you just doing this willy-nilly? Like you weren't like proofreading with anyone?
Oh no.
I would assume not.
No, that was all me. That was all me, myself, and my fuck-ass trauma.
Yeah.
Gonna have to work through that.
Yeah, man.
I'm so sorry to everyone.
Oh my God, I forgot.
Oh, we've been recording for 2 hours and 41 minutes. I'm never gonna be able to edit this.
Well, I mean, are you going to keep that in? That entire combo?
I can't. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to like try and figure out how to cut around that to like make it make sense.
Yeah. Not to be like that guy, but that did kind of make me feel better about how I've been handling things. And it makes me feel hopeful for you because that is once, even a few weeks ago, how I handled things. And now I'm just like, what will be, will be. I'm going to go home and cry probably. But
100% I have to.
Did you read my poem?
What?
That I wrote about you guys?
Oh, no.
Thanks.
I will right now.
Well, you were what?
I was doing this.
Oh, right,
last night.
So you saw it and you were like, I can't
100%.
right now. Shut up, faggot. I wrote the poem about you guys and how like this whole situation played out. And then I copied and pasted the poem to ChatGPT.
That I saw one slide of, and then I was like, I have to get
Then I
out of
deleted
here.
it because I was like, Levi follows me on that account. Like, I don't need him to know that I'm feeling so many emotions about this. Not that he doesn't know, but...
Oh, I also... Bridge Over Troubled Water is... I could not... No. Like, it's so bad. No, like, it is like... Sorry.
Oh, emotional. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, Erin.
It's okay.
Maybe just like don't read it then. I wouldn't worry about it.
I'm not going to. It's just been a tough couple of days.
I feel you, girl. I'm sorry. I love you.
I love you too.
Well, the poem was about how I was not accepting friends' help, and then I did, and then that made the whole process easier.
Totally. Imagine that. Okay. We like, one year when we went to Florida, that was like the song of the trip, and we like sang it the whole time because there was like a bridge that we crossed over the water to get
Fuck.
island to island, and then that was just like always our song. And I always thought that like if he ever died, like I would try to like sing it at his funeral, and I was like, no, I never could, because the lyrics are just so like exactly who he was. Like, I will lay me down for you and whoever and whatever. And then we played it at his funeral. Like, it was like on the slideshow. It was just like on a loop like the whole time. And that's
Holy
like
fuck.
the like one song that like, yeah.
Which is beautiful and also crazy that I wrote that poem from like your perspective, not even knowing that.
I know. And when I like literally I saw the music and I was like, no,
Nope.
I actually cannot do that right now. And let me also tell you that the first night that this conversation like all started with the mailman, my friend Jacinto asked if I wanted to go to the Beatles candlelight. And I was literally, like, when I said I'm at a concert, I'll text you later.
Yeah.
Sobbing for an hour straight. Like, it's really hard because I love the Beatles so much, but like, there is nothing more integral to my relationship with him than the Beatles, and it's just like sucks. I feel like I can't like listen to something that I love so much, and I know I'll get back.
You will
to
get
it,
back,
but it's really, really hard, and I don't know why I wanted to hurt myself so bad going to that fucking concert. And they opened with Here Comes the Sun.
Ugh.
And I was just like telling him, like, there is not one Beatles song that I don't have a memory of with him. Like, it's just like crazy, and I could just like hear him singing all of them, and it just sucks.
I'm sorry.
Grief is impossible, bro. It's so wild. What a fun-filled episode. Alright, well, like, comment, subscribe, share. We'll see you in the next one. Love you so much. I'm so fucking sorry.
Don't ever apologize. You're welcome. Miss
Love
you. Call me.
Call me.
Ken.
I don't fucking know.
I have a lot of did you need to say that's of the week.